time to change before too late. Rise above, break the mold. Find your voice, let truth be told. Shadows fade, light unfolds. Liberate your mind and soul. It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize. It's a cult,
Greetings,
it's a lie.
ladies and gentlemen.
Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize.
Welcome to the show. You know what we're about to do?
Rise above, break the mold. Find your voice, let truth be told. Shadows fade, light unfolds. Liberate your mind and soul. It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes.
Hey.
Chains cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize. It's a cult, it's a lie. Can't you see? Open your eyes. Break the chains, cut the ties. Before it's too late, realize.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Let's get this show started.
Yeah. I feel like I'm stuck in a cycle. It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like a curse.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do.
It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these
Welcome.
racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming.
I'll be back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You came to the best show on TikTok, honestly, because we're going to get straight to it. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. Hey, sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. Let's go. I see you. Good morning, Conflict. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I guess we going viral because my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Mount Negro, my brother. Nice to see ya. I say it with my chest because I mean it. Ayy, got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Hater alert. There she goes.
I've gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh, Zeus is going way off the rails. Okay, I got you. All right, I got you. All right, what we're going to do is go off the rails. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, welcome. Welcome to the show. All right, yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are once again in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. Boy, oh boy, do we got some matters to really get cleared up out here because I don't believe in shouting over no mess, and I don't want to have to do it, but I got to. So before we get into addressing it, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's because the first H is because I'm the most honest person on social media. For instance, I'll tell you the truth no matter what, even if it hurts your feelings, right? You know, Donald Trump gave this State of the Union thing yesterday. I got some truth that's going to come out about that. And I don't care who it offends, but we're going to get it out there, all right? So that's the first H. The second H is, well, because I'm humble. Listen, when you're an honest person, that means if you're wrong, you got to admit it, right? So I'm also humble. If I get it wrong, I honestly will be the first to apologize. But here's the deal. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately, all right? And that's just how the cookie crumbles. Good morning, Kabira. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you've guessed it, I am and will always remain the most handsome. That's the first thing you got to keep in mind. All right, any violations of those H's in this kingdom, it'll get you dropped like a bad habit. I don't care who you are. All right, now many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok, on this side of town. What we do is very, very unique. It's very, very special. No other place does it like we do. We continuously hold these folks on the right accountable for all the lies and the misinformation that they're spewing out here in an effort to destroy this great country of ours. You know, I define it as law and being unlawful, what they do, or seditionist, treasonous, traitorous conduct. That's what they do. They're not bringing down grocery prices, you know, but they're telling us that it's coming, that kind of stuff. Yeah, we do not allow that over here. And one thing I really am getting tired of, I don't like that they like to use the Democrats and Joe Biden as an excuse for failure. So what we do is we hold you liars accountable. All right. And with that being said, I just must say this. Any Trump supporters out there? Any Trump supporters out there? Because I'm going to give you a lot of truth, especially about what your cult leader did yesterday. All right. There they are. Okay. All right, Trump supporters. I'm going to give you an opportunity of a lifetime this morning. Yeah. If you don't want me to ruin your breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and not just me, I got other Democrats up here, other free thinkers up here too. They could be independent too. It could be real Republicans, but they're anyone but MAGA, right? We're going to tell the truth, and it's going to ruin your entire day. So if you do not want Big Zeus to do that too, you do us all a huge favor and leave this live right now. All right? Because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
That part, that is very important. You leave when you're not happy, right? And we saw that yesterday during Donald Trump's State of the Union speech when he got up there, and he pretty much lied throughout the entire time. I was trying to keep track of the lies. Once I got over 100, I just said, you know what? What am I doing? What are we all doing? Everybody knows this man's a liar. Everybody knows this man is a con artist. Everybody. You know, we got how many planets in the solar system? 8 or 9. It doesn't matter. Even on other planets, people know Donald Trump is a liar. The only people who do not know that Donald Trump is a liar are his deranged, sadistic, evil supporters. Not one time did y'all call this man out on any of his lies. I was flabbergasted. Flustered. All right, I gotta keep it clean because you know my mom watches, but the level of just pure worship going on in the Trump supporters in the cult is downright disgusting. Shame on you, and that's why I gotta continue to do shows like this, because somebody got to bring the truth. W Zeus in the chat. So what I'll start off with is we're going to start off with Brother Al Green. All right.
Tired of fleeting health fads?
I just want to get what Brother Al Green did on the record, because this was the most powerful moment of the whole thing, right? Donald Trump lies and tried to sell to the American people that somehow he has a mandate to do what he's doing. And I've told you all, he has a mandate. All right. He does. But the mandate isn't what you think it is, all right? When Donald Trump says mandate, he's talking about his relationship with Elon Musk. That's a mandate, all right? That's it. Outside of this little love fest these two got going on, ladies and gentlemen, there's no mandate. And so what we saw yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, is somebody that's serious about winning. Somebody that's serious about loving their country stand up to Donald J. Trump, and he shut that speech down. All right. And I said, all right, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with Crisco out here. Shut that liar up. Let's take a listen to this. All right. Shut him up.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir.
Thank you. He has no mandate. That part.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Wow. Okay. See that right there? and they shouted and they cheered this behavior on. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a modern day, I'm calling the police. And if they could go back any further and do what they did back in, with the lynching and stuff, that's what they did on national television. I saw this and I said, oh, we're not making any progress in this country. We've gone back to a very dark and dangerous time. So now the guy that said early, later on in his speech, he talked about government censorship and he's ended it, right? But he clearly didn't end it, because look at the way that he treated his brother who was protesting him in front of everyone because he's a liar. So what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to send Donald J. Trump, the MAGA Republicans that were all there yesterday that engaged in this act of what I call unconstitutional conduct. And it's racist as far as I'm concerned, because I had to ask myself, would he have did this if this gentleman wasn't a black man, right? I had to ask myself. We're going to send them to the lake of fire because we caught them once again with their hoods on, but they took the hoods off, if you know what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send them straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And don't think I don't got any energy for that DJ Daniels stunt, all right? Because I saw Trump supporters, they're crying all over TikTok, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the Democrats didn't stand up when Donald Trump pulled that stunt. And I'm going to dive into that because, like I said, I understand y'all can't think for yourselves. You know what's the problem with you Trump supporters? You know what the difference between you and I? Look at this right here. Look at that. You see that? No strings attached. I am not a hand puppet like you. Y'all still believe this man and his lies. And it's downright disgusting. Sad folks like me got to get on TikTok and save this country one show at a time, debunking lie after lie, misinformation after misinformation, disinformation after disinformation, conspiracy after conspiracy, because you all lack the ability to think critically. And I'll tell you, I understand why you can't think critically, because it's like Donald Trump said about you.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Which one is it, Trump supporters? MAGA? Which one is it? I'll give it to you again.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Which one is it, MAGA? Okay, because I'm going to make sure I ruin your breakfast this morning. I'm going to ruin it. I promise you I'm going to ruin it. And like I said at the top of the show,
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
you want to know what else really upset me? I posted a video. I go to, where did I go? I forget which store it was. There was so many. They didn't have any eggs. They do not. These places are running out of eggs in this country. And Donald Trump, the sitting president of the United States of America, still is not being honest with the Americans about what is going on with the eggs. This was his one opportunity to get it straight. Listen to what this liar, snake oil salesman said to all of us to try to provide us with some sort of reassurance that the egg situation, the egg crisis, is going to end at some point in the near future. Listen to the reassurance he gives us, all right?
Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
What a liar. But this is what sent me over
Joe
to
Biden
egg.
especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control.
I'm going to stop him right there. We all know why the egg prices went up under Joe Biden. Don't bring up avian flu and what the farmers had to do with the chickens. Do not bring that up around Democrats, because we gave y'all that answer and it was not enough. It wasn't enough to stop you from attacking Joe Biden. So do not ever, honestly, use that answer when it comes to these egg prices. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to our friends at Midas Touch who put this clip together to help you deranged liars understand why Big Zeus is seriously upset, and I'm not thrilled about what you all are saying to me about these egg prices, because unlike you, my memory works. Listen to what your cult leader said when he was campaigning so we can make sure we're all on the same page. This is sad. I got to do this.
So when I win, I will immediately bring prices down. Starting on day one, we will end Kamala's war on American energy, and we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill.
And here's Donald Trump promising that he would bring peace to Ukraine in 24 hours, which he has not done either. Here, play this clip.
I mean, look at
End the war in Ukraine in 24 hours.
Yes, I
How
do.
would you do that?
I know Zelensky very well. I'll end that war between those two countries in
You hear this?
24 hours.
And so it's just more and more examples of Donald Trump lying to the American people, all right, about what he can do in 24 hours. Obviously, the only people that believe him are his supporters, and it's not us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Donald J. Trump once again straight to hell for lying to the American people about those egg prices. You get what I'm doing. But it didn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen. What did I want to get into? Oh, yeah, his lies about Social Security. We got to talk about these lies with Social Security, because it's very clear to me that a lot of folks out there that voted for Donald Trump that are collecting Social Security, they're not free thinkers. They lack the ability to understand information. Now, if he tells you that all these millions and millions of people, right, this is what he does, are at, what did he said their ages, these people are like, what, as old as Moses in the Bible, and they're collecting Social Security checks. Well, shouldn't we have some video footage of these folks? Right? We should have some video footage of these folks. He never produces any evidence to substantiate the numbers that he's using. So let's go to this lie that he pushed yesterday. Donald Trump is like a modern day, a dealer on the streets. He's one of those. He's not selling that stuff that comes across the border. He is literally packaging and selling lie after lie after lie. And y'all show up every day strung out looking for your next hit for the next lie. And he got y'all hooked. Because this makes absolutely no sense. Let's listen to Donald Trump lie to the American people about fraud in the Social Security Administration, which is basically him laying the foundation to have Elon Musk eliminate the entire program. Because guess what? In his world, the entire program is fraud, right?
Identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old.
And I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, listen. When he said this number, I had people in real life, they watched him say these things, and they sent me ridiculous messages. Oh, that's too much. Let me see what these messages say. Hold on, I want to read one of these messages. Oh my goodness, because you wouldn't believe what these people. Oh yeah, all this money being wasted on fraud. Oh my goodness, they're spending money. They're sending money to all these people that aren't even alive. I mean, y'all really believe this stuff? I said this is a sick situation.
It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129.
Did you believe that, Frankie? Frankie, send Big Zeus a guest request, Frankie. I'll bring you right up here because obviously you got information everyone else in this live doesn't have. Frankie, send me a guest request right now. Just come up, zip it, and just show me the green screen of the evidence, Frankie. I don't even want to hear you. Let me see if Frankie, you're going to send me a guest request? Okay, obviously Frankie knows he's full of it. So what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, let's send Frankie straight to hell as well. Get out of here, Frankie. Mom, put him in a straight jacket. Get out of here, Frankie. Stop it.
Silence, you MAGA.
How can I say it's not true? Because I have the ability to think critically. I have the ability to go fact check. Y'all don't understand how data in a computer is stored. So if you don't understand the way that the data is stored, oh, they got these dates in there, and that's just a little placeholder for the program. You are actually going to go around here and repeat these lies. See, this is why you got to come talk to Big Zeus, because I'm going to help you understand that it's a lie and not have you out here looking foolish like Donald Trump is. Because maybe you didn't hear what I said. Donald Trump thinks this of you.
You're either stupid or you hate the country. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149.
Erica believes this.
And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it.
Yeah.
But a lot of money is paid out to people.
So Erica, he just said, we're searching for it. Now, this is also the same person that said, we found it. Which one is it? Erica? See, I invited Erica up, ladies and gentlemen, because I actually wanted to see how intelligent Erica was. But obviously, Erica knew it's probably better for her to stay her special behind in that comment section and continue to listen to this special broadcast brought to you by Big Zeus, W in the chat. But you know what? We're still going to take care of business, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send Erica straight to hell because despite the fact that I'm giving her evidence and it's an overwhelming amount of evidence, her brain can't process it. All right, because she's already sold her soul to the devil, Donald J. Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Erica, deranged Erica, straight to hell. Goodbye, Erica.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, now the last thing I'm going to address, ladies and gentlemen, is this moment that came up yesterday, because you know this was a very touching moment as far as I was concerned. I can look at a situation and understand there are times where you must be compassionate, but even in those moments, we all still have to be honest. All right. So you all saw this thing that took place. Where was it at? Let me see if I get this youngster's name. DJ Daniels, all right. You all remember this moment. Let me see if I can get this part on the record, all right, where he was awarded an honorary membership. Y'all remember this part? All right, y'all remember this into the Secret Service? Y'all remember that honorary appointment? Let's go there. Let's listen to what Donald Trump did, ladies and gentlemen, all right?
Police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Okay. And his daddy put him up like that. How many of y'all think this was a beautiful thing? How many of y'all think this was a beautiful thing? So, you know me, I'm not a fool. I know Donald Trump's emotional, strings that he pulls to really get his supporters to huddle real close to him because his poll numbers are sinking. I knew he was going to bring some sort of emotional thing to this situation because that's the only way he can save his, especially because midterms are coming up and, people just aren't happy with the way things are going in this country. He knows it. So he decides to do this stunt. And I said, you know what? This is, it is what it is. But, DJ, I'm going to set you aside, youngster. All right. Because now it's time for the adults to talk. All right. Congratulations on this. Now, I want to also bring this into the kingdom. I looked into this DJ individual, and it turns out this goes on for a while. This isn't the first rodeo that we've had. All right, with DJ. All right, so let me get into it, ladies and gentlemen. You can go find DJ's. It's a GoFundMe. All right, and this was in August 20th of 2024. There's no cure. He suffers from a rare brain and spinal cancer, and he's from Houston, Texas. He's traveled around the world and has been sworn as an honorary officer with over 844 agencies. This was back in August. So I go, oh, okay. So this isn't a unique thing Donald Trump has done. This has been going on. And as a matter of fact, he's already got honorary status with the FBI. So I said, oh, so maybe this is something we should look into because maybe Joe Biden already has, helped with this as well. But I also found this news article, ladies and gentlemen, so we can all have the proper context behind this. All right.
Tonight, the inspiring story of a young man on a mission. 12-year-old DeVarjay Daniel was given 5 months to live after being diagnosed with a rare brain and spinal cancer.
And this is a news story from August 15th, 2024, by the way.
But he's far too busy traveling the world to spread his message of love, faith, and dedication to let the cancer beat him. Fox 44's Matt Laufer with his story.
Chatting with DeVarjay, or DJ Daniel of Houston, Texas, it's hard to imagine all he's been through at just 12 years old.
I'm gonna keep on going into my gas tank right now. And people been asking me, what does that mean? That's when God calls you home. You never know when God calls you home. Unless that light leaves your eye.
He was given 5 months to live. More than 5 months ago. Every day is a bonus at this point. It's not dampening this kid's spirits at all. His resolve is bulletproof.
DJ Daniel was diagnosed with anaplastic ependymoma, grade 3, a rare and incurable brain and spinal cancer. Back in 2018, he was given just 5 months to live.
DJ's disposition is far better than anybody's that I could have even begun to imagine, given the sort of cards that he's been dealt.
Thanks to an experimental drug, along with DJ's dedication, faith, and unwavering fight for life, he's here now and on a mission.
So I caught that. I said, thanks to an experimental drug. Oh, see, so now anybody that's been following what Donald Trump has been doing, you have to understand, well, you don't get experimental, unless there's, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, research funding, right? And we know that Donald J. Trump has just cut off the research funding, right? We know this. So it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, you could go scrub the internet and, his father, they've left breadcrumbs, ladies and gentlemen. So, because first thing I said, well, where is this child getting access to help, for this experimental drug? All right. And let me see if I can go pull this up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Because see, you know what we call this, ladies and gentlemen? We call this a deep dive. Either we're going to give Donald J. Trump credit or we're going to hold him accountable. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out his father indicates that he was getting help at Texas Children's Hospital. And, you do another deep dive into Texas Children's Hospital and you see that they're raking in millions and millions of dollars from, guess what? The NIH. The NIH, which is the same agency Donald Trump cut the research funding at. Huh. Now, what would you rather have out there, ladies and gentlemen? Would you rather have access to this experimental drug that actually has saved this young man's life, or would you rather have the honorary status with the Secret Service or the 1,000 law enforcement agencies? I don't know about you, but common sense would say, you gotta be able to get access to those that research in order for you to remain out here to get those honorary memberships, right? So I said, once again, we've exposed Donald J. Trump utilizing a publicity stunt. This is a publicity stunt because on one hand, his supporters think, wow, Donald Trump loves the kids, but y'all quiet as a church mouse at the fact that he's cut off research funding and convinced you all that it was fraud. Y'all don't understand research. Without research, this would have never, ever happened. All right? So I'm like this. I got to teach you folks because some of y'all are out here acting outraged about why the Democrats didn't stand. Why should we stand when we understand? Huh? See how I did that? W Zeus in the chat. And when I mean we understand, I said I know what a DEI hire looks like. This is right here. This is honestly, it's a DEI hire situation Donald Trump did on national television. And then the gentleman, Jason Hartley, that got into the military, he did a DEI hire right there in front of the American people. And I said, this is the same guy that's actually weaponizing the United States government to attack DEI. Isn't it funny now that he can do a DEI appointment and you Trump supporters just swallow it? Y'all swallow this stuff and y'all don't even ask questions. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take care of it. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ, you step out of the way, all right? Because DJ, I'm not even going to bring you into this. But to all of these Trump supporters that are out here on the internet saying the Democrats should walk like this and talk like that, oh, absolutely not. What you need to do is free your mind and the rest will follow, all right? And I know you won't be able to do it until I get done with you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send these Trump supporters straight to hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I got off a lot of steam right there. All right. And now it's time for me to go to the box and talk to anybody out there that has any common sense. All right. What I'm not going to do. Well, I talk to Trump supporters. I'm one of the fairest hosts on TikTok. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to allow folks to lie and try to manipulate me into believing stuff that is not true. As of today, I went to how many of y'all know who Dame is yesterday, right? I went to Dame's live yesterday. I don't know if he's here. And boy, oh boy, you know what I had to do? I had to go in there and free some minds because these folks, they told me this. Zeus, you got to give Donald Trump some time to get those egg prices down. You really holding on to these egg prices. You're really holding on to these grocery prices and this cost of living. And I said, you're doggone right. You don't promise me an issue. You don't promise me my issue and tell me I'm going to have your issue to you in 24 hours. 24 hours came and went and I still don't got my issue. Now, I don't know what planet y'all are from, but at a certain point, we're going to get past, okay, maybe, you had a little bit of a slowdown and maybe an accident took place in an emergency. Okay, I give you another 24 hours. We are 6 plus weeks, I don't know, into the Trump administration, and he's already doing victory laps. He says this has been the most successful 6 weeks of any president. He said he passed George Washington. And I'm going, so you feeling real good on that high hog. You feeling real good on that high hog, Trump. You and those billionaires you're in the circle with. But Zeus has to suffer? Absolutely not. I'm not as deranged as his supporters. So I want to make sure you Trump supporters understand. I'm not going to sit here and allow you to do that. All right. Do not blame Joe Biden. Donald Trump's doing victory laps. Let's speak on that. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up here and I'll address whatever issues you might have. All right. Seriously. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. Yeah. They say this is like Russia. Yeah. All right. Yeah, W's in the chat for Big Zeus, all right? Because as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I don't they can sit in the chat right now and say, well, you know what, Zeus? I'm not coming up because I don't want to do it. Okay, fine. You sit your special behind down in that comment section then. All right. And you let the Democrats continue to do what we are doing. We'll help you get to the right side. Terry, you want to come up here, Terry? Please. Come on up here, Terry. You know that. You got to be honest if you come up here. You put a one in the chat, Terry, so I'm assuming you're a Trump supporter and you're not playing any games with Big Zeus. Good morning, Terry. How are you? Terry, are you there, Terry? Terry? All right. Put a one in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, ladies and gentlemen. I'll bring you right on up here because I think Terry got up in the box and Terry may have realized that it was a bad idea to come up here and try to talk to Big Zeus. All right. Put a one in the chat. Okay. Put a one in the chat. Okay. I'll talk to Scott Jennings real quick. This is easy work. Yes, Scott. How can I help you?
What, Zeus? I've seen you talk about a lot of things, man, and I don't agree with a lot of them. And you have the right to say whatever you want.
Correct.
But I want to know your point of bringing up the 13-year-old child. What is your
Excellent.
point in bringing that up?
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it.
Yeah, that was a publicity stunt. Make no mistake, the egg prices are still high, right? The gas prices. There's no drill, baby, drill.
Egg prices, Zeus. This has got nothing to do with egg prices.
Actually, it
The
does.
struggle and the celebration of a 13-year-old boy, and you're going to turn it into some kind of publicity stunt. And that's, again, I get it.
DJ, did you follow the connection to the research funding that I gave you? And because I'm being serious, Donald Trump.
I'm being totally serious.
Okay.
Too.
So
the
Donald Trump.
funding
Donald, do you understand how research funding works? Because I do. Okay, so faculty have to apply to get the grant funds. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay, and there's annually or periodically certain periods throughout the year where they apply to get the funding. There's a peer review process, right? And then after they look at the research and what they're proposing, then there's decisions about allocating that funding. So I don't expect the average American to understand that. But the problem I have with this situation is I understand it, and I understand that Donald Trump has cut research funding. So this situation with DJ is not going to be allowed to be repeated for other kids in the country because of what Donald Trump is doing. Do you understand what I'm saying now, DJ?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying is
Thank
absolutely
you.
wrong.
It's wrong to cut off research funding, especially because I hear this narrative where they say, well, we should just pause the funding and we should look to see if there's any DEI or any fraud in there. And then if we look at it, but I'm trying to get folks to understand when you have an emergency, there is no pause. You get what I'm saying? And you can
understand that there were no programs from 2024 that the money was frozen. The money was frozen for anything forward in 25. Now, if you want to bring Val up or whoever you
No,
got to back you up,
DJ, wrong. When he froze federal funds, what he did was he stopped universities and labs all over the country from being able to access those funds. Because the person or the group that's supposedly authorizing the release of those funds, they're not going to do it. So when you do things like that, that's withholding fund. It's actually what I call financial abuse. Now that I think about it, it's withholding support. And I don't know about you, but a lot of these places, they don't got millions of dollars to front. That's why they had to go after the grants.
Have those funds been unfrozen, Zeus?
In some cases, yes. But you see what's happening with like USAID, even though they're telling them to unfreeze it, they're not releasing the funds. Right now, especially in Africa,
they're not releasing the cancer funds. Is that what you're saying, Zeus?
In some cases, DJ. Why do you think I'm so angry? Because anybody, and I'm glad, and I'm glad you're asking the question. But I'm angry because the average Trump supporter has no clue, and Elon can go over there on X and convince you all the money's being used is for fraud. And y'all don't even question it. But we sit here.
Nobody has made that claim.
Elon does.
That is a gaslighting statement. Elon Musk has never said that all that money is fraud.
Yes, he did. Everything he's cutting over there on Doge, he justifies it as fraud.
You can preach that all you want, and I'm sure that we can back it up.
Okay.
And say that,
well, why did it? What about the 50 million in condoms lie that he was corrected talking about?
You're a busy man, and you got a lot of fans, man. I'm not going to waste your time.
So,
I didn't.
I appreciate you.
In condoms. I came up here,
but he lied about that though.
13-year-old boy up and used him to try to somehow say that Donald Trump was using that as a
publicity stunt. He was, because I just told you he's done this at over 844 agencies, probably at 1,000. So Donald Trump hasn't done anything unique. This is the guy. The father does this. So this wasn't a one-time thing that Donald Trump went out of his way to do. And then on top of that, on the back end,
for that 13-year-old boy last night,
I told you we're gonna set the child aside because I got no smoke for that kid. Go for it. But what I'm upset about is the fact that folks like you allowed Donald Trump to use that and get you to be blind to the fact that he's actually harming children still because he's cutting off funding. Okay, DJ. Gaslighting. DJ, you don't know. I just broke it down to you. I don't know how else I could break it down to you.
I'm looking at it right in front of my face.
Okay, so did you go to the Texas Children's Hospital website? Go there.
No, I did not.
$179 million in annual external research funding. Where do you think they're getting that from, DJ?
And all of that funding has been frozen?
At one point, yes. I don't know where they're at because I don't work there. Listen, I don't work there. When he passed that executive order pausing the funds, this agency was one of the victims where they were not able to access. DJ, why is this so difficult to understand? I mean, because
you're making broad statements.
No, I'm not.
Like all of these funds were frozen.
They were.
All of the funds were not frozen. Some of the
how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? Some were frozen and then some were unfrozen because there was a restraining order put in place. DJ, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Just say you don't know.
Zeus,
because you all don't know. You all
I'm
think
not disputing that some of the funds were frozen. I'm not disputing that at all.
But you are.
How am I doing that?
Because I'm telling you they were frozen. So if you aren't disputing that they're frozen, then what are we arguing about? I'm sitting here telling you, if you say some
were unfrozen, correct? Is that what you said?
Some were.
Do you know? Do you have a breakdown of what was and what wasn't?
I don't work there.
Okay, so you're making a broad statement and you're not giving any context to it.
That's
called gaslighting.
No. It's called speaking in general, right? I don't work at each agency that's getting funding, and I can't tell you which funds that this agency had.
Absolutely right.
But
I agree with that.
But in general, I understand there was an executive order passed that paused all federal funding. And then subsequent to that, there was a restraining order which instructed the Trump administration to release it. But I also understand that even with that restraining order being put into you gotta go. Oh, you gotta go because I was working at W Zeus. You might want to take that. Okay, well, let me wrap up what I was saying. Even though the restraining order was put into place, there are still situations occurring at various organizations where the Trump administration is not releasing the funds. So, with that being the foundation of this discussion, the main issue is the act of freezing the funds was wrong. Even you agree some of them were frozen. The act of doing that was wrong because it directly harms kids that are actually benefiting from this research.
What absolutely should have happened was that Trump and whoever else is involved, Elon Musk, whoever, should have known and had taken a harder look at who would be affected by these actions.
I agree.
Do you agree with that?
That's why I'm upset.
I'm conceding that point to you.
Thank you. All right, DJ. All right, WDJ, finally. And now you understand why Democrats are upset. And we're not going for this ridiculous publicity stunt. Because, it's awesome to save one child. But if you're harming thousands and millions of children on the back end, bro, hold on.
So
that's
just
wrong.
Leave the kid out of it, man. Just Talk
I
about
did.
your eggs. Talk about whatever else you
No,
want.
I don't.
Out.
DJ. I told
You
you.
did not need to bring that up.
No, I did because you all are talking about it on your own lives. They're holding up lives saying the Democrats didn't stand up. I see this stuff. That don't act like I don't pay attention to what's going on the streets. I keep my ear to the streets, bro. You want to talk about it? I'm going to talk about it in the discussion. Don't bring it up. Tell Donald Trump, don't bring kids into politics like this, and it won't be an issue. How about that?
That is a fair statement.
Thank you. So Donald Trump once again brought it up on himself. There you go.
No problem.
Okay, well, listen, it sounds like you're a busy person, all right? Because someone's looking for you, DJ. But you know what? This was a great conversation, brother, all right? I appreciate it, all right? Anything else you want to say before we move on? Because, you know, you at least conceded that the kids shouldn't be brought into politics, and you also conceded that Donald Trump did pause those funds that potentially could have harmed some kids. Actually, we know it did because labs were shut down. All right, and that a more thorough look should have been done. All right, now are you ready to get out of the cult as a result?
No.
All right.
I'm not in a cult. I'm not in a cult. But anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. Again, I know you got lots of guests to get to. Thanks for letting me come up and speak my piece. I appreciate the conversation. Take care of yourself.
All right, you too. And I'm going to go ahead and take care of you, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, that's DJ. That's DJ. He's a polite person. He's a polite person, but he's sorely misguided, ladies and gentlemen. But I think there's hope for him. And there'll only be hope if the one person on TikTok can do it, and it's me, Big Zeus. DJ, go straight to hell. I mean, I appreciate the questions that these supporters ask because I understand that it unlocks perspectives that might be out there, and when that happens, it gives us opportunities to fill those gaps with real facts. All right, and that's what this is really about. All right, let's bring up the next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. We don't got all morning. You know what we do. You know exactly what we do. All right, I'm gonna bring up my good friend Nutty Professor. Welcome, Nutty. Good morning.
I did not watch The Liar in Chief. I watched Roland Martin.
Mm-hmm. I know you.
And I listened to Dr. Reverend William Barber. He gave a powerful, powerful speech that everyone in the kingdom should go YouTube it and look it up. It was absolutely fantastic. So here's the thing that I question, Zeus, because DJ
Rick. Thank you, Rick.
DJ seems to not understand that a temporary pause affects people. That when research institutions, how do you think research institutions get the funds for research, DJ? They get it from the federal government, and they also do get some of it from private donations. But private donations do not cover research, man. It's the federal government. It's the R&D. So to sit there and criticize Zeus,
are you a Trump supporter, Robert? Are you a MAGA? Sorry, Nutty, but when they say stuff like that,
no, you go right ahead, Zeus. This is your show, brother.
Yeah. But please help these folks understand.
For The Liar in Chief, and I saw clips of it because again, I didn't watch it. I'm assuming you were talking about the Hispanic gentleman that was holding his son up.
Yeah, that's the D. Well, yeah. That's the little child there.
So right there, that was a DEI stunt.
Thank you, W Nutty in the chat right there.
Because the very person,
that's the part I'm saying.
The very culture that he's trying to deport, he's using him as a prop. You think Donald Trump cares anything about that child?
Nope.
So here's what you should have been saying, DJ. You should have been asking, was he a United States citizen?
Oh.
Was he undocumented? Was he illegal?
Oh.
You should have been asking because you should have been angry. You should have been angry about your money going to an illegal. Because that's how you all talk. Because here on this side of the aisle, called the Democratic Party, we don't care if they are undocumented. We don't care if they're illegal.
Thank you.
We don't care what
Nutty.
their skin tone is. We don't care. All we care about is their humanity.
Thank you.
But I'm sick of people like DJ. DJ can be polite as he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a demon.
Ugh!
He is still a demon.
Hit him with it.
Donald Trump used that man. He used that child as a publicity stunt. And DJ, you're too stupid to see.
Oh, nutty. Oh, that's a little bit of, oh my gosh, wow. I mean, wow.
Representative Green is my hero. Because there's one thing, and yes, I'm pivoting now.
All right.
Yes, there's one thing that I agree with. When the president of the United States is speaking, he should not be heckled, he should not be interrupted, and he should not be disrespected. And I'm saying he, but I'm talking about the office of the presidency. However, period, comma.
Yeah. Speak on it.
However, who started all of this heckling? It was the Republican Party.
Thank you.
It was done because a black man was standing at that podium speaking to the American people, and it was hated.
Yep.
It started, we did not see this prior to Barack Hussein Obama.
That part.
And then what did they do with Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.? They did the same thing, and the president, Biden, he pulled a little okey doke on him, and he baited those fools into lying and showing his constituents that they're lying.
Thank you,
talking about Social Security.
W. Joe Biden. That's the only reason we'll let you bring Joe Biden up.
That speech, that State of the Union from last year, Zeus?
I sure do. Caught him right in their ignorance.
When he baited those fools. So now you have it on record that these same people who's gaslighting, and DJ, I need you to go pick up a dictionary and read what gaslighting means.
Thank you.
Zeus is not gaslighting.
Nope, not at all. Not 1 ounce.
You don't know what gaslighting is. Stop using phrases that you don't know the definition of.
Thank you.
I'm tired of these people.
Yeah.
Because Zeus, you can call them nice, you can call them friendly, you can call them whatever the hell you want to call them. A demon is a demon is a demon.
W Nutty.
At the end of the day, he's a demon.
Thank you. Anti-American, someone wrote. Yeah.
They're very well, as Real Money would say, we got to stop saying American because America is not a country; it's a country.
That part too. Yeah, W part. There you go. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So
W Nutty in the chat
because I'm sure you got 1,000 more people.
Yeah, we got people.
I'm gonna be in these comments roasting these fools because I'm sick of them.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. W Nutty in the chat. No lies detected. All right, and so as you can see, that's how a good conversation goes when people are telling the truth, right? You can agree and you can actually address real things. All right, so put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up. I go back and forth because I got to show people I'm good with the foot. I got good footwork. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. W Rick in the chat, thank you so much. Yes, please send this live. Tap the screen, share the live. Make sure you send this to all of the deranged MAGA folks on this app. All right, because what we're doing is we're debunking all of the nonsense. All right, and we do not play around with it. All right, we know all of your excuses before you get up in here and talk. When you don't got any answers, we know you're going to go bring up what the Democrats did. Right, and I always tell the Trump supporters, if you're going to use Democrats as the excuse for why Donald Trump is doing what he's doing, then you might as well have voted for the Democrats. So don't do it. Do not do it. And most of the time you try to use that, there's context that you don't bring into it, right? Which makes the situation even worse for you, all right? Put a 1 in the chat. Yes, thank you for the follow. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right on up, all right? We're trying to do it, on both sides, all right? Yeah, Texas, you know that I'm right? Oh, yeah. Look at this. The Trump supporters, they're like, you know what? I'm going to think twice about getting in the box. Oh, okay, there we go. They go, I'm going to think twice about getting in the box with Big Zeus because between him and the folks that come up on, the other people that are free thinkers, our goose is cooked. I tried to bring that guest up, but they don't have enough. You got to probably send me a direct guest request then. All right. I don't know what it is. Put a 1 in the chat or send me a guest request. I'll bring you right on up here, ladies and gentlemen. We don't got all morning to do this. W in the chat for Smitty. Thank you. Trump supporters, seriously, go ahead, put a 1 in the chat, and I'll bring you right on up here. All right, it shouldn't take this long. If y'all really do believe Donald Trump is doing an outstanding, look at he goes, nah. No, Zeus, please, Zeus. Don't do it to us, Zeus, because we know that you all know what's really going on and that we've all been exposed. That's what they're saying. Yeah. I'm looking right now. I see some familiar faces, but I want to give folks who really do not get the opportunity to get this truth. All right, I want to give them the opportunity of a lifetime. W Rick in the chat. All right. I'll go to a Democrat. Do we need to go to a Democrat? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, I'll bring you up. But if you don't come up, I'm going to bring up another Democrat. I'm going to give them 10 seconds or so. Put a 1 in the chat. Let's see. All right. Okay, then guess what? I guess they like hearing us Democrats talk, ladies and gentlemen. All right. 382, Tiny Tank Top 10. Tom, I've already debunked you, and I've already destroyed you. All right. Well, then we're going right back to the box. All right. Who do we got here? Maria. Good morning, Maria. How are you doing? Good morning, Maria. How are you? Good morning, Maria. How are you?
Good morning.
What brings you to the show? Did you vote for Trump?
No, I am a Democrat, and I was listening last night, and I came here from Puerto Rico when I was very young. The language here is supposed to be anybody's language. You're talking about you can't speak Spanish or you can't speak any other language out in public.
Yeah.
That is not right. That is not fair. It's supposed to be land of the free.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's making English the language of the United States, and you're saying
Yes.
that was disrespectful.
We can speak whatever language we speak. Whether you speak English or Spanish, I am Puerto Rican, and I speak Spanish and English.
Oh.
But I think that anybody should be able and free to speak the language that they are born with. We're free.
I agree.
That's
Who
what
do
I
we
have to
have?
say. I'm so sorry.
All right, no problem. W Maria in the chat. Thank you so much, Maria. I agree. We do not need Donald J. Trump telling us what to talk like and what to act like. All right, who do we got here? Christian, good morning.
Good morning, Zeus. How are you doing today, man?
All right, you put a 1 in the chat. You're a Trump supporter?
I am not, sir.
Oh,
absolutely, 100% not.
Why do y'all put 1s in the chat when you're not a Trump supporter? What's going on?
Shoot, sorry about that. My bad.
Well, say something real quick for the people, all right? Because I'm going to move it on, but go ahead and get it off real quick if you don't mind.
All right, just last night just disgusted me, man. Honestly, it was just once again. I mean, coming off of Friday with Zelensky, and then to move right into that. Come on, people.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. You think Trump supporters should be embarrassed of themselves?
Dude, I'm embarrassed because you know what? My sister is a MAGA.
Oh.
And I am not getting along with her at all right now. You know what she told me last night?
What's that?
Donald Trump is the best president in the history of the United States. I can't talk to him anymore, dude.
You got to, you got to cut them off. I mean, because these people, they clearly, when they look in the mirror, they hate themselves. That's the only thing that I could come to the conclusion. They must hate the person they see in the mirror. Because if you really loved yourself, you wouldn't force yourself to kneel to Donald Trump and send this man 100%. All the money they send them.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, man. But I just wanted to say, hey, man, sorry for putting the 1 in the chat, and I love your work, dude. I listen to you all the time, and keep it up, man.
All right. Well, listen,
I won't waste your time.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Christian, W's in the chat for Christian. No lies detected.
Thank you, sir. Have a good morning, man.
You too. All right, Lady Boss Monet. Thank you so much. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, and I'll bring you right on up here. All right, I guess just listening and looking at the chat, we're gonna take care of business the way we normally do. Then, Irene, we're gonna have to bring up the only MAGA demon willing to get up in the box and actually try to make sense out of what his cult leader did. So, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, you're back.
Yeah, I just got to say, I congratulate the Democrats last night. They did something fantastic.
Okay.
They showed the hatred that they have for Donald Trump is more important than anything.
What do you mean? I don't believe that. I don't think
They lost all credibility when it comes to how people should act in positions like that. They lost all decorum. They were pathetic last night. Al Green should be removed immediately.
Al Green? For what?
Yeah, because he had to be removed from the chamber because he wouldn't shut up.
The dogs are barking once again. That tells me you know that
my dog again.
Every time you start lying, the
dog
dogs.
in the morning and I walk by other dogs, so dogs bark.
Okay. Every time, but I'm just pointing out the obvious. Every time you start lying, the dogs start barking.
Yeah. Okay. I like it, and see, that's the other thing. You're very, very
because he's a liar.
Very good at taking every situation and twisting it to show your hatred for Trump. Every situation.
Listen, dogs can sense fear. Dogs are intelligent, right? So
it's a neighbor's dog, right? It's not my dog.
If the neighbor's dog can even sense that you're
off.
off.
My dog, not at me. So
okay, that's your way out. Now let me say this.
No, see, you're trying
let me go ahead and address the point you were trying to make because it won't take long.
Oh, I didn't try to make a point. I made a point.
Okay, well I'm going to destroy that point. I'm going to destroy the point and make it moot. All right, because it really means nothing.
Themselves last night.
Donald J. Trump is the actual definition of an embarrassment. End of discussion. Nothing about him is something you could actually brag about. W. Marissa in the chat. No, Tom. Tom, name one thing about Donald Trump. Tom, name one thing about Donald Trump that you think is a flex. His orange makeup, the hair plugs, the suit,
the way he talks is a flex.
Oh, how does he talk in your world? Because he lies.
He could be more.
He lies all the time.
He could be more.
So you think it's acceptable for a person to lie all the time, Tom? That's the flex.
You lie to people, Zeus.
I'm asking you about your. I'm asking. Okay.
Everybody lies. Oh, and I thought we weren't supposed to bring up Joe Biden either. The last host, not the last host, but
Nutty
brought up Joe Biden.
Nutty could bring up Joe Biden and talk about his accomplishments.
We weren't supposed to do that.
No, you can't use Joe Biden as an answer.
We're talking about Trump, and they brought up Biden. You're not supposed to do that.
Okay, so I see you don't got anything new. I thought you had something new to say to us.
Oh no, I did. I congratulated the Democrats, and I don't do that very often.
Okay, well, I was going to say this. I reject that congratulations you thought you were giving to us. Keep it to yourself. Secondly,
about English becoming the land of America.
I gotta mute you, bro, because I wasn't done talking. It's easy to debunk people.
I'm never done talking. So
yeah, so
I have an honest question for you, though.
Well, listen, I want to let me say what I needed to say about Donald J. Trump. Al Green,
go ahead.
Al Green and the Democrats did an outstanding job. All right.
Yes.
Did I ask you to fill in the gap, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom?
Oh no,
because if you keep doing it, okay, you're struggling to handle this truth.
I'm not struggling at all.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, I'm going to take care of business, ladies and gentlemen. That's Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, who obviously can't keep his mouth shut because he knows that what he just did was called projection. And you know what I say on the show? Every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. The only embarrassment that I saw yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, W. Rick in the chat, was Donald J. Trump, J.D. Vance, Speaker Johnson, and all of the nasty MAGA Republicans in there that were cheering on Donald J. Trump, weaponizing children and DEI, all to garner some sort of, they wanted to feel sorry for him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send him straight to hell. W. Rick.
Silence, you MAGA.
You know, speaking of children, you got to ask yourself, why is Elon always bringing his child around him? And why is in every photo they trying to make it look like they got some sort of connection with the kids? And I had to come to the conclusion that these folks, they know they don't have the support of the American people. So this is what predators, I call them predators, right? This is what predators, when they know they're in trouble, they like to hide behind the kids. All right. So we can't get to them in terms of holding them accountable because look at that. He's a father, you know, and that's the image they're trying to sell us. But I looked at that and I said, It's so funny how Elon presents himself as a father figure, but we just every weekend it seems like he has another baby mama. You see this stuff going on every weekend. You open up your phone in between Donald Trump doing something crazy, Elon's popped out another baby with somebody that has so-called conservative values. And then they turn around and go, "Oh, don't look at me living in sin. Don't look at me hanging out with the devil. Look at the Democrats. Y'all think folks ain't able to pay attention like y'all. All right, and that's why I tell you, Trump supporters, Donald Trump was right when he said this about you.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
There you go. W. Terra in the chat. Thank you so much. All right, let's bring up the next panelist. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Takesha. Welcome, Takesha. How are you doing?
I'm okay, Zeus. How you doing?
I'm all right. Just, we taking care of business as usual, all right? We ain't giving the devil no wiggle room up here.
Hey, Chad, let me say this, Zeus.
Uh-huh.
It's funny that decorum matters now when Trump up there. Because
Right.
when misgendered Marjorie and hand job in the balcony Boebert acted a whole fool during Joe Biden's State of the Union,
Yeah.
the Republicans said nothing. Mike Johnson didn't reprimand her or anything. She even showed up in her MAGA gear, which was out of order according to the rules of Congress.
That part.
Nobody said anything. They thought it was funny, and they enjoyed every minute of it.
Thank you.
But time a Democrat get up and do the same thing, all of a sudden, it's about decorum. And it's Mike Johnson want to get him put out because it was out of order. But he was okay when it was happening to Joe Biden. You know, Zoo, that's the problem I have with the Republican Party today. They are such hypocrites.
That part.
Their followers are hypocrites. You know, Zeus, the word says a liar
Amen.
will not tarry into the kingdom of heaven.
Amen.
Now,
That's facts.
will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Let me correct
Amen.
that, or they swear I'm misstating. It says a liar will not enter into the kingdom. It didn't say a person that tell a lie, because you can ask for forgiveness for the lie you tell and don't tell it no more.
Right.
It says a liar. That's a person that constantly lies.
Amen.
Never says forgive me for the lie I told. They just keep adding lie upon lie upon lie upon lie. That's Donald Trump.
Amen.
If these people think that this man going anywhere other than hell, then they're wishing for a star. That's never going to show up. He lied so much last night.
Thank you.
And it was sickening. But that's what he do every time he gets in front of a mic, Zeus.
What's that?
He lies.
Amen. He
The
showed
Republicans eat it up.
Yep.
The followers believe him. And then they end up with egg on their face, but they'll never admit that
Thank
the
you.
egg is on their face. I feel sorry for DJ. Because when he comes to his senses and his eyes are open, he's probably going to stand on the bridge and attempt to jump off.
Oh.
These people are pitiful, Zeus.
Yeah. No lies detected.
Zeus, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
How that man gets up there and just constantly, lies that don't even seem real to a person with common sense.
Like the Social Security lies. You hear he said 8 million folks out here over 130 years old collecting Social Security checks.
Zeus. That don't even sound real. When he said he got rid of the Green New Deal that was never enacted.
Yeah.
How you get rid of something that was never put into that was never enacted? How do you get rid of something that really never even existed?
Thank you.
How? How do you get rid of a mandate for EVs you said Joe Biden had that never existed?
How?
These people will not go and look this stuff up, so they just believe whatever he say, and that's what's wrong with this country. They hang on his every word because that's where their belief is.
Amen.
That is sad.
Amen. W to Keisha in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about. No lies detected. You know, you have people out there, people like Taurus. Oh, stop, Takesha. You know, and it just reminds me of when you deliver the truth, don't the demons start to shout?
Child, let me tell you
Talk
something,
to
Zeus.
him, Takesha.
They can tell me to stop. They can tell me to go on. They can tell me I'm lying. But one thing I do know is I'm not in a cult like them. They
Amen.
don't know they in a cult, but they in a cult.
Amen.
Anytime you believe anything one person says and everybody lying but that one person, baby, you're in a cult.
Amen.
Anytime you don't
Amen.
take the time to figure out if the person you believe in is lying because you don't want them to be lying because you're so in love with them, you're in a cult. You
Amen.
probably had men.
Tell him, Takesha. Go ahead in with a minute. Y'all show Takesha some love up in here.
You probably had Zeus. I'm willing to bet you that you had men sitting in front of the couch with the TV on watching Donald Trump hogging their knob. They just that in love with that man.
Yep.
They was up there, they had hearts in their eyes. They was smiling like, like it was the night before Christmas and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Like they was waiting on Santa to come down with the toy they asked him for at the mall when they sat on his lap.
Yeah.
That's how they act about Donald Trump.
Yep. No
It's
lies
sad.
detected. No, I mean, and these are adults that supposedly they could wipe their own behind, right? So that means they should be in their right mind.
They supposed to be adults.
Yeah.
But I'm taking it that these people were never loved correctly as a child.
Thank
and
you.
when Donald Trump said, I love you, they believed it because they wanted somebody to say, I love you. And they fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker, Zeus.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong with these people.
Yep. That's what's wrong with them.
I'm embarrassed.
Thank you.
We got
Amen.
you're pitting us against our ally. What has he done that is so great for the American people, Zeus?
Not a thing.
The man say he did more than George. Stop it, Trump.
Just disrespectful. How he gonna go back?
But cause destruction. I keep telling y'all.
Yep.
This man is on a revenge tour, and the U.S. is on it, Zeus. He's doing nothing positive.
Not a thing.
For this country.
Amen.
Stop blaming Joe Biden for eggs when we know it's a bird flu.
Thank you.
Y'all stop saying Joe Biden had all these chickens unalive. Yes, to help try to stop the spread. What do you let diseased birds stay alive for? Stop making up reasons. Y'all talking about the man unalived all the birds. They had the bird flu. He did what he did to try to curb the spread.
Thank you.
But y'all ain't gonna go no further than he unalived them. Cause y'all don't really want the real answer to why he
Amen.
did.
Amen.
Y'all just want to keep sticking with y'all don't like this man. And anything negative y'all hear, y'all go along with, but y'all don't go no further in your research.
Amen.
Fox News got y'all so dumbed down.
Nasty.
That they get off the air and sit in the break room and laugh at y'all.
Yep. They do, and take their money, because that's what you do to
your money.
That's what you do to a trick, right, Takesha? W in the chat for Takesha. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of tricks. I get it. All right, Takesha.
Zeus, it's embarrassing. Zeus. I never thought that this country was filled with so many uneducated, unknowledgeable sapsuckers, Zeus.
Yeah.
That's a word from the old day. They
sapsuckers. Amen. Amen.
They sapsuckers.
All right. Tell them, Takesha.
I'm going to go on, Zeus. I just had to come up and say
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
The way we look right now, we're an embarrassment, Zeus.
Dude, it's a disgrace. Tell them W's in the chat for Takesha.
Thank
no.
y'all for the gift.
Yeah. Yes.
Y'all have an awesome day.
Amen. No lies detected. Yeah. We hitting the goal. We hitting the goal and everything this morning. Oh my Lord. Thank you. Thank you. All right. This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. Someone has to get the truth out here, all right? And that's what this show is really all about. You know, they like to say the Democrats are weak and all this other stuff. No, that's a lie from the pits of hell. The Democrats aren't weak. We are on you Trump supporters like white on rice. And I promise you, it's the most uncomfortable experience you've ever felt in your life. You know what they used to say? Zeus, once Donald Trump wins the presidency, there goes Zeus. This is what they used to say to me. And now it's like I've gotten bigger and I've gotten stronger and I'm greater. And it's their worst nightmare. And you know what? And I say, keep on letting Donald J. Trump do what he does. You're going to end up getting a lot more of Big Zeus. Now, I see some folks out in the comment section. They're getting triggered because they say Takesha's up here telling too much truth. Zeus is telling too much truth. And it's just making us feel very uncomfortable. Like I said, I promised you I'd ruin your breakfast. And I gave y'all this warning, remember?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
W. Lady Rosmone. Thank you. K. Sarah, I sent you an invite. If you don't mind, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, I'll bring you right on up here. K. Sarah, I put a 1 in. I tried to bring you up and you didn't come up, so I'm assuming that you are a Russian bot. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a deranged Trump supporter, and I will bring you right on up here, and we will get to the bottom of whatever issues you might be dealing with wherever you're at. Greetings. Who is this?
Trump.
Where are you from?
United States.
Why did you name yourself Trump? Don't you think that's...
I don't know. I'm just goofing off. But yeah, look, he destroyed you guys last night. Destroyed you. You don't even stand. You don't even stand for sick children. How sick is that party?
Did you hear the beginning of my show? Because actually, no one stands for children more than Zeus.
Okay, not you. The party. The party last night. Were you there?
Oh, yeah, I was there. I watched it. I watched it. Yeah, I was watching it.
No. Were you there?
Well, I didn't go there physically.
Correct. Okay, I'm talking about the ones that were in that room that stood for the left. Did not even stand for that sick child.
Wait,
sick.
Okay. So is this your first time coming over here to this show? You didn't see what I covered at the very beginning, did you?
No, I don't.
Okay, so what do you know about this child, him and his father?
I know he's had 13 brain operations.
Okay, how many honorary appointments has he gotten so far?
I know he's been inducted into like multiple.
How many?
I don't know exactly.
Well, around 1,000. So he's done this over and over, and it's been happening while Biden was in office. This was not anything unique for this particular. Oh, okay. So what I'll say is this.
What about Laken Riley? Why didn't they stand for her?
Okay, we'll get into that, but I want to make sure you and I.
Trump said we want peace, and Russia's willing to discuss it. Why didn't they stand for that? Y'all don't want peace. You want chaos, crime, and corruption. That's why you lost everything.
Trump.
The party's over. You're done. You know it. Adios.
Trump.
You're done.
Trump, are you... Why, Zeus? Why, Zeus? Why, Zeus? Uh-oh, crash out. Time to land. Crash out. Abort mission. Boom. All right, so since he crashed out like that, I'll take care of business. Hey, Trump, you can continue to ask questions, and no answer shall be given unto you except for the sign of Jonas, who was in the belly of the well for 3 days and 3 nights, right? Because you understand that's what an evil and adulterous generation deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, that previous guest, who clearly has no soul because he sold it to Donald Trump, and you know that's true because he named himself Trump. So Trump is clearly his daddy, but not paying child support, right? We're going to send that previous guest, ladies and gentlemen, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You know, Trump supporters are the most embarrassing, and it's just sad to see this. Grown men with no identity of their own other than Trump trying to interact in society as though they somehow are normal, civilized people. He didn't want any answers to the questions that he threw up because he knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong. He knows Donald Trump played him like a fiddle. All right. As soon as I asked him, so how many times has this child and his father done this thing? Oh, I might want to get up out of here because it's going to get very uncomfortable. You're doggone right. And every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. I have not met one honest Trump supporter yet that can look me and the American people in the eye and say, yes, Donald J. Trump is wrong, and I do not support him. Y'all can't bring yourselves to do that for some strange reason. Let's make sure we do a bit of a reset real quick to make sure y'all understand what type of time I'm on. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans are trying to cut folks' Social Security. He's trying to cut people's access to health care, Medicaid, taking away benefits from the VA, from our veterans, cutting funding for research that's supposed to help kids. That's what he's actively doing. He's not bringing down the cost of living at all. And when he does a publicity stunt, I'm not going to get as excited as you all are. I'm not here to get, entertained. I'm here to see real work getting done by the United States government. I'm not here to watch him put these blanket tariffs in place with our allies that are ultimately an additional tax on us, the American people. I'm not going to allow that to happen to me and not say, oh, this is a problem. If he was actually providing some sort of relief, if he was providing relief, real relief, I'd give Donald Trump some points. But not one single Trump supporter can come up in the box and tell me what kind of relief Donald J. Trump has provided them. And this excuse, what has he done? He stopped immigration. He closed down the border. Where you live at? Oh, thousands of miles away from the border, but I sleep better now. I have peace of mind. Oh, so he's giving you peace of mind and not a crying dime. How can we verify Donald Trump is giving you peace of mind? That is about as abstract as any other high level, college level math course. All right. There's no proof in that. It's just imagination. I could have given you that. Now that I think about it, I could have given you the same peace of mind for a fraction of the price. But guess what? I do it actually, and you don't even give me credit. So listen, securing the border is not an answer. Your Trump supporters have been fully exposed. And the lies got to stop. So I'm jealous. Why am I jealous? I'm trying to get the point across to you Trump supporters. The border being closed has no impact on you throughout a 24-hour period. 24-hour pass in a day. How much of that time, how much of your brain are you allocating towards what's happening at the border, especially when you live thousands of miles away? If you're allocating 15 minutes, I'm going to tell you do something else with your time. Because you ain't got no control over that. You ain't got no control over nobody. Donald Trump doesn't even have control over anyone. If he did, he wouldn't have been a convicted felon. Oh, you're back. You got a phone call. Oh, okay. All right, let's try this again. You said you're back. Because I don't need you to make my point.
I'm
now
back.
you came here and you asked questions. And then when we give them to you, you want to run and resist.
No, I'm not running. That's why I'm back.
Okay.
I had to answer a phone call.
Okay.
Quick question though.
No. I'm not done getting my point across.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Now, I asked you, what is your understanding about how research funding is allocated?
No, that ain't me. You didn't ask me that.
Because you weren't here.
No,
but do you know anything about how the research funding is allocated? Because you brought up talking about that child. And you made that as...
Well, I'm just curious if the Biden administration was so great, as you say. I mean, I'm respecting what you said.
But I want to make sure we cover this part real quick.
I agree with you.
Why
did she get 6 million fewer votes than Biden, and Trump got 3 million more?
Okay, so you can't focus. You
can't focus on losing. You can't. You lost.
No, I'll answer that question, but I want to make sure I get back to that child situation, that publicity stunt Donald Trump did yesterday.
Whether it's a publicity stunt or not, they could have stood for the boy. I mean, he's a young child. Give the
no. Let me ask you this: is it wrong to cut off funding for children who have cancer?
I would say so. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's why you don't stand when Donald Trump does publicity stunts.
That's bullshit. Can you provide?
Oh, keep it clean. We don't curse over here. So maybe you missed the earlier part of my show when I covered this. This child goes to Texas Children's Hospital and gets access to a rare and unique drug that helped him. All right.
Well,
that would not have been possible.
What about Trump flying the kid with cancer?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's make sure you understand that Trump flying would never have happened if this access to this drug would not have been made possible as a result of funding from the NIH. You understand this?
I understand that. But
no, don't hit me with the but. I want you to make sure you understand where I'm at with this. For Donald Trump to cancel and pause research funding the way that he did and harm millions of children.
Okay.
What he did yesterday was a disgrace.
Okay,
You
now
understand
my
what I'm
point.
saying? Do you
Now let
no
me talk.
no no
Now
no
let me talk.
no?
Let
Do
me
you
talk.
understand what I'm saying?
Do you understand? Let me talk.
I'm gonna let you talk, but I don't want you to do that pivoting thing. I want to
Let's
make
just
sure
go
you.
ahead. Let's go ahead and say that I agree with what you're saying. If he in
Okay, so
fact
why
did
should
that,
you stand up when you know Donald Trump is being disrespectful?
why didn't they stand up for Laken Riley and her family? Why did Biden let 300 known terrorists in this country? That's a fact. Look it up. 300 terrorists that were on a watch list were allowed into this country under his watch. You can say all you want, but the numbers spoke.
Yeah.
The people spoke. You lost.
Okay.
People don't throw things away.
Well, there's context.
Do you throw something away that works?
There's context to the Biden, Lake and Riley thing, and the family didn't want
There's
that to be.
context to you losing all forms of power.
Okay,
You lost the
got it.
House, Senate, and the White House.
I got it. I
Failure.
see. So
Your
I
party
see.
is a failure.
I see what I got to do to you.
Oh, you gonna delete me? Go ahead and block me, whatever. I don't give a shit, man. Do what you got to do. But I'm saying your party's a failure. You know it. Your whole party knows it. You guys are washed up, man. You're in bad shape. The party's in bad shape.
Oh,
you know
really?
it.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is tell you who's in bad shape. Obviously, you don't know there's a new sheriff
We
in town.
won, brother.
There's a new sheriff in town. Now, what I'm going to do is
Who's
make
in
sure
town?
I'm
Trump.
going to make sure you know there's a new sheriff in town. All right, and right now, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I needed right there. Every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. As far as I'm concerned, you can ask and wander and search in the desert for answers all you want, brother. And guess what? I'm going to be walking right past you, and I'm going to see you need some water, and I won't give you a drop of it. Oh, no, because guess what I'm about to do? I'm going to send your special behind since you think you won. You think Donald J. Trump has a mandate? And you want to put your face in his dirty, disgusting diaper, all right? Because you don't feel good about yourself. I get it. You're a miserable person. Why don't I do this? Why don't I send you back to hell once again? Ladies and gentlemen, let's send that knucklehead where he belongs, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah, so like I said, a hard head makes for a soft behind. Make sure I didn't block him. I want him to continue to follow Big Zeus because pain is coming his way and he just doesn't know it. And I want to be there. I want to be there. And I want all of my senses, and I want to make sure all of his senses work. All right, because when he sees that he's suffering, and all 6 of his senses, because you got to have ESP. I want them to be present. I want him to feel it. I want him to feel the suffering. All right. I want him to taste the suffering. I want him to hear it. I want him to smell the suffering that Donald J. Trump is bringing, because only then will he have a chance, honestly, to make it into those pearly gates. But where he's at right now, please bring me up. Sorry to be irritating. Let's see. Who do we got? Robert Blackman. What do you got? When the mods pin the comment like that, it seems important. What do you got?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just wanted to bring up one huge factor that maybe needs to be highlighted on this. That child was at Texas Children's Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Children's hospitals don't keep their doors open without Medicaid.
Mm.
Medicaid is necessary. It is required. And if you have a child with special needs like that, who's had how many brain surgeries? Do you know how much a
Hundreds.
deductible? I don't care how good your private insurance is.
Yeah.
If you're talking 20% of $1 million,
Yeah.
and my child has had brain surgery,
Oh.
baclofen pump, spinal fusion.
Wow.
I mean, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of treatment to keep him alive.
Wow.
And I haven't had to pay a penny
Wow.
because of Medicaid.
Thank you, Medicaid.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you,
$800 million. He's cutting $800 million for Medicaid. And that's going to come on the backs of children like mine.
Wow.
And I want to make sure that, yes, I honor that child. I honor his parents.
Yeah.
But the only reason that kid is alive is because of Medicaid.
Thank you.
I just want to make that clear. That's
Thank
all I
you.
got.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Robert Blackman telling the truth. And again, and the main thing to keep in mind is Trump's one big bill includes cuts to Medicaid. So you Trump supporters, you know what they say. You don't kick a person while they're down. And this is what MAGA is currently doing. And somehow they think this is going to end well for them. You know the difference between you and I, Trump? We could take a loss. We lost the election. But guess what? Ain't no one running around here crying and lying about it. You know how y'all did when Trump lost in 2020? When Biden beat the brakes off of him? W in the chat for Joe Biden. Hard head makes one soft, you know what? All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just stop the games, ladies and gentlemen. All right, who do we got next? Lady and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, I gotta bring up my good friend Shay. Welcome, Shay. How are you doing, Shay? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? How's everyone?
We're all right. You know, another day in the kingdom tending to these affairs. Obviously, these Trump supporters, they're not happy.
No, they're not. It's strange to me that they don't pay attention to any of the State of the Union speeches when it's not their guy up there doing it, obviously.
Yeah.
Because, I've watched at least 20 of them, right, through the years. And it is a political game that they're playing out in front of the American people.
Yep.
The Democrats will stand and praise Biden and Obama. And the Republicans remain seated.
Yep.
Vice versa. When it's Trump up there, the Republicans stand up and the Democrats remain seated. This is all it is. It's a game, guys. It's a show. It's a show for the American people. So don't be butthurt when the Democrats stay seated and vice versa.
Thank you.
It's just what it is. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
There were numerous times the Republicans sat when we presented great victims and people with, all diseases and heroic cops. Y'all remember January 6th? When we were awarded the guy that ran towards the January 6ers, that African-American man, and we gave them an award, and not one Republican stood up for the bravery of that police officer.
Ain't that something?
We can play this game back and forth, guys, but this is what it is. It's political shenanigans. It's bread and circuses for the people. All it is.
W Shay in the chat. No lies detected.
It's not being butthurt. The Democrats didn't stand last night. They're not going to stand. It's just what it is. So vice versa. And maybe when we put a Democratic president back in, just watch the first State of the Union. You'll see the political shenanigans. Okay, so it's all performative. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so enough about that. Stop whining and crying, Trump supporters. Of course we care about Lake and Riley. Of course we care about kids with cancer. Jesus.
Amen.
Enough is enough. But let's point out a few things. First of all, the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 in a narrow decision that Donald Trump has to release the $2 billion in USA.
It was unlawful for him to do that. It was unlawful. So another example of him being unlawful.
Yep. Eugene Goodman. Thank you, Jim. Eugene
Wow,
Goodman.
you Trump supporters. God is not pleased with y'all. Somebody got to go to hell around here.
Yeah, you cannot. Once the money has been allocated, I wish he knew the Constitution. It sure would be helpful. Once the money has been allocated from the House of Representatives and the funding has been cut, you cannot disrupt it as President of the United States.
Oh, but he has a mandate, Shay.
Oh, he has such a mandate. Oh my God, 1% is a mandate?
Yeah.
Obama won the popular vote by 7%. Biden won it by 4%. Trump won it by 1.6%.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a mandate. The only reason y'all won is because the left sat out and protested.
Thank you.
And there was so much, political shenanigans going on that people just got apathetic to even voting. That's how he won. And you know what? It's going to change in 2026, I guarantee you. As we watch the stock markets drop, as we watch Canada's reaction, as we watch, Trump is going to take a knee because he's going to start seeing the automobile industry, the banking industry, the farmers are already 20. I think it was how many have already claimed bankruptcies?
Because of the tariffs.
Because of the tariffs, numerous farmers have already.
Hey, Trump, zip it, Trump. Yeah. Trump, zip it. You lack the ability to control yourself, Trump. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I just sit here and I look at all of this that's going down and the lies. The other thing too, didn't they claim, the White House claimed that Elon Musk was not running Doge,
He did.
right?
Yeah.
So there is again another federal case that's going to go against, because he stood in national TV and said that Elon Musk is running Doge.
And I thought it was Amy Gleason. Remember, she's the acting administrator over Doge. So once again, Donald Trump is his own worst enemy when it comes to crimes, because he commits them and then he tells on himself after he commits them. And it's his words that gets him convicted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and then, here it is. 24% of U.S. farm bankruptcies have surged 24% up from the start of Trump's tariff war. 24% up on farms.
Yeah.
And, those people mainly vote for Trump. They're rural and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I just sit here and I just keep looking at all this stuff, and I'm just wondering how we're winning.
Trump supporters, any Trump supporters out there think that they're winning? Any Trump supporters out there think that they're winning? Please, let me see. I just want to know how. What?
Yeah.
Identify yourselves, Trump supporters. How are you winning?
You're not winning when the inflation's going up. The stock market is crashing. My husband and I, we're down $100,000 in the stock market.
You got to be kidding me, Shay.
My husband told me that last time. Like, do we pull it out? He goes, no, and pay 27% tax.
Oh, any Trump supporters that are up right now with their 401ks and eggs, please put a one in the chat. I would love to hear from you, because
it's an insane amount of stuff going on.
Look
here,
at
guys.
that.
And Doge keeps lying about stuff. I mean, they took down another $8 billion that supposedly they've saved. They keep scrubbing the website.
Wow.
Guys, come on. And you guys are going to spew how great it is. And then why do they keep scrubbing the information? They put it up and they scrub it. Put it up and they scrub it.
Yeah.
How can you believe anything that's coming out of this administration's mouth? That's what I don't understand. Like, how are you doing this? In Canada, holy heck, that's really going to affect. What if they turn off all the power in Michigan and Minnesota and New York?
Yeah.
What? It's like 1.5 million people. Like,
Tell 'em.
what are we doing here?
Exactly,
and
Shay.
He signed that deal he signed this trade deal with Mexico and Canada in his first term. And now he wants to renege on a deal that he created. I mean, guys, how is this man a deal maker? Oh, I don't like the deal I made.
Any Trump supporters out there, seriously, you think Donald Trump's a good deal maker? Because I want to ask an honest question. Where are the eggs? Where's your 401k at, MAGA? Seriously. Yeah. Seriously.
Unemployment numbers. They only added 90,000 jobs in February. 90,000.
They have no answer. This is crazy. Wow.
That's it.
Wow. What an embarrassment.
DJ, don't give me financial advice. Thank you. Sorry, you don't play in the stock market.
Well,
but I just.
Taurus said her 401k's gone up. All right, now. Come on up here, Taurus. I honestly, Taurus, please, if you could just show us the screenshot. You don't got to say anything. Just come up here and show us the screenshot, and then we'll drop you down. You won't have to say a word, Taurus.
Yeah, show us your screenshot.
Sure, Taurus, I invited you. So Taurus clearly is lying.
Oh, obviously.
Thank you. She knew better.
Everyone in here, even the Republicans, say, "Yeah, my stock."
She's a liar, Taurus. Maybe your husband's lying to you and he's telling you it's up because he knows you'll believe everything he says. He wasn't with her last weekend type of stuff. I get it. You believe it. All right. Well, listen, Shay. Obviously, they know they're down bad. They know they're down bad. Oh my God.
It's bad, and they told you. Elon told you. Trump told you it's going to be painful, but it's going to be worth it in the end.
Yeah.
It's going to be worth it in the end.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, we'll see
DJ, it. I can get my husband to send it to me, but I don't have a reason to lie.
Thank you.
I don't need to make up stuff. I don't have a reason for that.
Thank you. Yeah.
But, if you
all
really
right, Shay.
I'll have my husband send it to me. But anyway, all right, guys in the kingdom, love you. Keep
all
focused. Right. I think we're going to have a huge blue tsunami in 2026. This
Hopefully.
is the way things are going. I mean, China's even threatening trade war or any other war, they say. Never heard
Yep.
China talk like that.
There you go.
He just keeps poking the bear and thinking, and then he's going to cow down. He's going to bend the knee because he knows it's going to ruin everything he stands for. Just watch it. It's just a circus, guys. It's just a circus.
Thank you. I agree.
God.
I
All right,
agree.
love you
W
guys.
Shay in the chat. W Shay in the chat. No lies detected. No lies detected. As you can all see, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats aren't afraid at all. I keep telling Trump supporters, put a one in the chat. No, Zeus, I want to get up here and repeat everything Donald Trump said to me, and then I want to drop and crash out because I'm not able to handle an intellectual conversation. So, yeah, we see what's really going on, all right? But you can see the Democrats are here, and they're ready to make sure you understand what's really going on, MAGA. Obviously, you all like being lied to. Every Trump supporter on the face of the earth loves to be lied to. And it's the most sickest thing ever because when you tell them the truth, they tell you you're lying, which is crazy. Put a one in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right on up here real quick. We still got a little bit of time left, all right? You know what I do? I go back and I go forth, all right? And we try to hear both sides of the situation. All right, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Put a one in the chat. Oh, Brokeback Bob. That's an interesting one right there. All right, let's see. Brokeback Bob, you're a Trump supporter, all right? Come on up here, Brokeback Bob. Come on up here. I sent you an invite. Oh, you dealt with him before? Okay, Brokeback Bob. Greetings. You voted for Trump?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I did.
You did?
Do people know me on here? It's crazy. Yeah, I did. And I like Snuggles, too. I know you like Snuggles.
Oh. All right. The force is very strong with you. So let me ask you this. What would you like me to call you? Brokeback or just Bob? Which one do you like? Or you want me to do all three?
I like my name Brokeback Bob because I have a bad back and it just has a good ring to it. But
if you don't mind me, what did Trump do to your back?
Oh, he didn't do nothing.
Oh, because that's the impression that I got. You're saying that didn't happen.
Why would I blame Trump for my back? I mean,
that's a good question. I guess that's a good question.
Would,
the way that your name comes across, it gives people the impression that Donald Trump did something to your back, sir. So I was just curious. But if he didn't do anything to it yet, then I understand. All right. Now let me get you. You like Snuggles, right?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah. The problem with Snuggles is he teaches people things. He's running what I call a scam. Right? It's Snuggles University, and it sounds like you got a degree from Snuggles University. But you want to know something about Snuggles? He got his degree from Trump University. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, he should get his money back because there was a lawsuit on that. So.
Yeah, but that's what he thinks that the degree is good as gold. So he doesn't understand that the fraud happened to him, right? So that's just hilarious that you think Snuggles is a great person. Now, you voted for Donald Trump. Let me ask you this. What has he done? I'm taking off the border because I don't allow people to use that on my show. What has he done to help bring some sort of relief to you, Brokeback?
Oh, well, I'm 56 years old and I was born and raised a Democrat because blue-collar workers, unions, this and that. And now, finally, I'm starting to really see the light that identity politics and woke culture and cancel culture and taking away freedom of speech is not good for our country. And now, also, going through the bureaucracy of our government and seeing all the wasteful spending of our taxes, it is so awesome to know that finally, I'm not going to benefit from it, but our next generations will, to where we recalibrate this government and get ourselves out of debt and have the people run this country like it was meant to be.
Got it. So in other words, he hasn't done a thing for you.
No. It's gonna be for the next generation.
So,
if you don't see the noble cause that he's doing, You really are just kidding yourself.
Got it.
Got it.
So, in terms, let's leave the next generation for another day, but I really want to focus on you.
Yeah, but
because how do you make your money, for instance? How do you make your money? And this is very important,
Listen.
Brokeback. How do you get your money?
If you're going to direct
Brokeback, serious.
56-year-old man.
How do you make money? How do you pay your bills? That's what I'm trying to get at.
I work at a paper mill.
Okay, all right. So your income isn't really over 300,000 to 400,000 a year, right?
No.
So that means things that are happening in the economy, they hurt you like they hurt me, or they make you feel good like they make me feel good, hypothetically. And when I asked you the question of what has Donald Trump done for you, I'm thinking about you as a person. Right? Imagine that, a Democrat caring about you as a person. And I'm going, are you okay with what Donald Trump is doing right now? Because I don't know about you, but information is out there that supports this reality, which is the egg prices. They are still going up.
Yeah.
Energy still going up. Food still, rent, all the cost of living is still going up.
Yeah,
and I get that the fraud thing is an issue, but I'm not committing fraud. But they're treating me and every other American like we're the ones committing fraud. They're talking about cutting off Social Security. They're firing federal employees. You know this stuff is happening. So when I asked you, what is he doing to help you? I just want an answer, brother.
Yeah, he's going through all the government agencies and he's getting rid of all the waste. Do you know that the Social Security has been paying people and they probably shouldn't even be paid because they're probably not alive? And if that doesn't sound good for our Social Security Ponzi scheme, but anyways,
I'm gonna bring up somebody here.
Yeah.
Brokeback. Maybe they can help you. I thought Andrew's here, but I don't know where she went. But hey, Val, how are you? Oh, you want to talk to him too, Kabira? You want to talk to him too? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This should be interesting. Hey, Bob, what did the New York Times come out with recently on the story of Doge and what they found?
I don't know. Can you tell me?
Yeah, they're liars. Sir, on the list of everything that they made, the top 5 on their list, which represented almost, I think it was damn near $200 billion, turned out to all be false. So they took the top 5 off their list. Okay.
All right.
Then on down the list, it turned out that they were using stuff that was canceled by the Biden administration. And then you go a little further down the list, it turned out things that they had on the list were actually canceled by the Bush administration in 2005.
All right. So you're telling me that you're compliant, you like status quo, and you believe
No,
your
sir, I didn't tell you anything. What I just told you was... No, sir, you didn't listen to a word I just said.
You trust your government, and you just want to turn the other cheek and just think everything's...
Sir, at this point, Doge hasn't found anything that they can prove. Not
That's
one
fine.
thing.
You could say that all you want.
No, I can't say it, sir. This is reporting when they went through the list that Doge actually put out. Doge put out a list of everything they said was government waste from the previous administration.
All I'm trying to say...
Hold on, sir. That they said were current contracts that they were canceling to save the American people money. Every one of them turned out to be false.
So
and some of them canceled by other presidents and other presidential administrations back to 2005. Canceled back in 2005. So there is no waste. These contracts were canceled by previous administrations.
So I just want to know, do you believe that our government is totally efficient and there's no
I
corruption.
believe there's
there's no
always
waste.
ways to make government efficient. So
Okay, then why
hold on,
didn't
sir. Let me
any
tell
other
you what
president
doesn't
try to
make
address
government
this?
efficient.
Why
What
didn't
doesn't
any other
making
president
government
try to
efficient
address it?
is coming in, creating an office that we have to spend money to create. Okay? Hiring people, paying people to go through systems that don't know what they're doing, that have no accounting skills. Okay? And coming up with false information to feed the American people to try to gaslight them.
You're making this shit up as you
Hey,
go.
Brokeback,
No, I'm not, sir. That was
Brokeback, we keep it
reported.
clean. Hey, Brokeback, we don't curse because you know my mom is listening, and I gotta be a good son. All right.
I didn't curse. I said you're making this up as you
Well,
go.
you said the
No,
S.
I'm
You said
not.
the S word. I heard it. Okay, now don't gaslight me now, Brokeback. We're trying to
No,
help you.
what do you mean S word?
Okay, please continue. I know what I heard. Watch it.
I mean, I'm
Now,
just trying to figure out what you don't understand about everything you've been told about Doge and what they found has turned out to be an actual lie. And we're paying for that. And you want to come up here and tell me that we're being efficient.
Just do you know how to prepare to eat crow? Because it's going to happen, and I hope to God that you can be able to eat crow.
okay. Now that's wrong, Brokeback. Kabira, how are you?
All right, what's going on, Zeus?
What's
Good
going
morning,
on?
Val.
Good morning, Kabir.
Good, good. Mr. Brokeback, you said that you work in a paper mill, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a bad back, right?
Yeah.
Have you tried to apply for Social Security or some type of disability?
Well, I was in a dark place a couple of years ago trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure out what's wrong with my back, and yes, I was highly thinking about filing for Social Security.
Okay. Are
But
you close to
I make
full?
90 grand a year, and I can
Mm-hmm.
sit on my ass as much as I want. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna stick it out until I get to retire.
Okay, so well, that's good, Brokeback, and not being a Weisenheimer, I make six figures a year. Okay, so this is how it works. You're gonna need to. Are you gonna go full Social Security? Now it is. If you were born between 1955 and I believe 1960, you have to retire at 66 years and 6 months. It's no more 65, so let's throw that out the window.
You can,
So I don't know how.
I can still collect at 62. It's just a
Okay, yeah,
low.
that's taking an early retirement, but I'm talking about full retirement, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna go for full.
Okay,
I'm not
so
gonna
anyway,
fall for that.
so do you believe what Trump said about the fraud in Social Security?
Oh, there's fraud. Yes, Democrats have been accused of
Okay.
borrowing that money and not paying it back. You know
Okay,
what?
so look.
Each person that's born,
Mm-hmm.
it costs. Listen, let me tell you something. Each person that's born, it
Brokeback.
costs $12,000 per
Brokeback.
person.
Brokeback.
to process
Kabira, she's trying to teach you something. Now, how does the student turn around and get up and tell the teacher, "Let me teach you something"? Brokeback.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something that you guys.
Yeah,
don't
you're wrong.
believe.
You're wrong.
No,
Listen up.
you don't even know what I was gonna say.
Well,
I know,
she was
but-
in the middle of saying something, and then you interrupted, so I already know what you're going to say.
No, you don't.
Well, let Kabira finish it, Brokeback.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Brokeback, before you, so he, I watched his little address last night. I ended up having to get several bottles of holy water and spread it all around me because I knew the lies were coming. So I needed to protect myself.
Mhm.
But he said with a total of 20 million people were collecting Social Security, that was fraud.
Mm-hmm.
From 100 years old, if I'm not mistaken, it went up to 300 years old. Okay? Now, because I listened to it and I tabulated those numbers.
Yeah.
Could be 200, but no one lives to be that old. Okay, so Brokeback, when you apply for Social Security, you do an interview with them. You can do it in person or by phone, right? And you do it a few months before you retire.
That part.
So how can someone 100 years old, when Social Security didn't even exist, admit that they're 100 years old and apply for Social Security?
You got answers for that, Brokeback? You got Brokeback. You got answers for that? Do not bring up Joe Biden and the Democrats, Brokeback. Go ahead and hit unmute, Brokeback. Go ahead and hit
They're going to
unmute.
interview you, Brokeback. They're going to interview you.
Now, how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you apply for a Social Security when the program wasn't even around?
When did the program start?
Wasn't it under Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt? If I'm not, am I correct?
The
Val?
first check went out in
How
1940,
many years
October of 1940.
Okay,
so Brokeback, do you understand this now? Because you got to take it slow sometime.
No. I'm not saying that some of this stuff is fluffed up stuff here, because Donald Trump said there was one person on the data list that was 360 years old. So
Okay, so Brokeback, even if someone was 100 years old, that means they would have had to apply in the year 1925, right? And it wasn't in existence then, right? So when you do an interview with Social Security, they're going to catch it. So all those ages that he's giving doesn't make sense, because you have to have so many years to work to the average person 16 years old. All right. So even if we were to go to 1939, I could see that. But who at 89 is going to apply for Social Security? Maybe Brokeback. I don't know.
Maybe Brokeback, yeah.
You guys love my name. I appreciate it. Hey.
No, but do you understand what I'm saying, Brokeback?
The
So
old,
answer that for me.
Could you answer the question?
What's the question?
You can't even focus.
I was just going to the bathroom. I have irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh.
Too much information. In other
TMI.
words, Brokeback, the math isn't mathing, because you're going to do an interview with those people, and they're going to ask you all type of questions.
And there's
one of the
another
things
piece.
is your date of birth.
He's nasty. Brokeback, you're a nasty creature.
Yeah.
No one needed to know that, Brokeback.
That is crazy that you said that. I am going to tell Snuggles that you just said that.
That's fine. Hey, Brokeback. There's another problem with what you said. First off, sir, what presidents took money from Social Security?
I don't know which president, but I know the Democrats did, and I also know the Democrats.
Here. Let me give you the list.
They wanted a wall
Let
on
me
the
give
southern
you the
border.
list.
The Democrats voted for it.
Hold on, sir. Let me give you the list.
Hey, Brokeback.
Hold on, sir. No, hold on, Brokeback. You need the list. Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush.
No, not happening. Go listen.
What do you mean not happening?
Let me tell you what should happen. It's $12,000 per person that's born to put them into the Social Security system.
Where do you get that figure from?
Let me look that up for you.
That's not true,
That's not true.
It's based on your earnings. It's based on your earnings over 35
somebody born, sir. Somebody born is not paying into Social Security.
So listen.
There is no listen. Somebody born is not paying into Social Security.
The government has to process all the stuff. It costs about $12,000. But if the government paid $6,000 per person that's born.
Oh my God, sir! I don't need false math. I do not need false math.
If they put that $6,000,
I do not need false math.
I see where we're at.
You're basing it off of a false narrative.
If they put that $6,000, the government, in a mutual fund.
Okay.
You're 65 years old. You're going to have.
You're giving misinformation, Brokeback.
Brokeback, we got to protect the live.
Yeah,
all right.
Quit it.
And we can't allow 1 ounce of a lie to seep out. All right. Now, these folks have taken time out of their busy morning. These people are very busy, but professionals at all levels, and they've given you some information, Brokeback. So now you get to the place of judgment. What's it going to be, Brokeback? Are you done worshiping Donald Trump, or are you going to keep going down this path of degradation with him, with your face in his diaper? Which one is it?
That's
You done?
funny.
Are you done with Donald Trump?
That's funny. You threw the diaper thing in there. That is so.
Yeah. Are you done with him, or
No,
are you going to still support him?
I'm not. You could kick
Okay,
me.
okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Brokeback Bob. All right, and you know what Donald Trump did to his back, and we don't need to get into that. Brokeback Bob, may you go straight to hell.
Silence, you
Yeah.
I want to say this to the people in chat, so no misinformation will be put out. Your Social Security, once you claim your Social Security, whether you retire at age 62 or 66 years and 7 months, it is based on your earnings through 35 years of your life. They take your highest earnings, and that is what it is based upon. Okay?
Thank
so
you.
don't listen to Brokeback.
Tell him, Kabira. Tell him. All right, W. Kabira. Val, last words.
The misinformation from people like that have been on this live today is insane. I want people to remember that Doge is lying to you. It has been proving they're lying to you, and it is not going to change.
Amen.
When you're taking already canceled contracts and putting them on your list as government waste from 2005, y'all have lost. Okay, that you've lost.
Yeah.
And to Brokeback Bob, Bob, I'm pretty sure that even the acronym of your name doesn't work. So there you
go. W Val. Thank you so much, you two. It was a team effort, all right, but we won. We got that W off of Brokeback Bob, all right. W's in the chat for Val and Kabira, all right. This is what we do. All right, this is honestly what we do. All right, we're moving it along. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see what we're doing. All right, let's go on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, boy, oh boy, it is one incredible show today. Let's see, what do we have next? Oh yes, who do we have next? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Oh, I got to talk to my good friend, brother Santana. Welcome, Santana.
Good morning. How are
I'm all right. How are you? I mean, I see you putting in a lot of work yesterday. How did that go over there? Because we got to show up in red spaces and shut down those echo chambers the way we do. All right, you know what we did.
Yeah, no, listen, it was interesting. It wasn't as fruitful as it could have been, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when they're not really receptive, or when people feel challenged and they're presented with actual facts or information, that can get a little dicey,
Yeah. Yeah, the lady that we were in there, Trump supporter, black lady, she was trying to say it's okay to cut people's SNAP benefits because they don't use their money the way they should. They sell the food and then they turn around and buy Jordans. You remember that?
Yeah, and crab boils. I have no idea how we got to a crab boil, but apparently that's what they're worried about.
These people, I tell you, they make up every reason they can to support Donald Trump when they know they're wrong. But what do you got for us? I didn't mean to bring that into this, but what do you got for us, brother? All right, a lot has happened in 24 hours.
Yeah, no, listen, I just want to kind of come up and echo a few things that I've heard, and I guess just share this bit of information with the chat. We all know what last night was about. I don't know how much anyone consumes as far as like Trump or his interviews or whatever. Like I do this on a daily, right? Zeus, you know this.
Yes.
Like if we're gonna do this, you have to actually consume a lot of information.
Amen.
Right?
Yeah.
And so there was nothing that Trump said at the State of the Union that surprised me last night. Like
Not
at
a
all.
thing. Not a thing.
Yeah, he's repeated the same lies over and over and over. The thing that I want people to be aware of is like what happens next.
Yeah.
Right. Don't let the actual show of all of it really throw you off as far as what he's. One thing that I woke up to this morning was breaking news that Donald Trump and they have stopped sharing information with Ukraine. Right. Stop sharing intelligence with Ukraine.
Wow.
Right. And so there's a lot of things that are happening when it comes to the international community that the United States is doing that's headed up by, of course, Donald Trump, including actually pulling out of, there's a deal, I can't remember what the name of it is right now, but there's a deal where the United States and 10 other wealthy countries were actually leading a climate change initiative to help other countries convert to clean energy.
Right.
And the Trump administration pulled us out of that. Right. So there's a lot of things happening that
sick.
There's a lot of smoke screens that are going to be out as far as the things that they're trying to do. And really, they're trying to isolate us from the rest of the world. And I don't think people really understand like the combination of things that's happening at one time. When you talk about tariffs, inflations, you talk about isolating us from partners, and then alienating. It's just there's a lot that's happening. And I saw this great thing, and someone talked about how the Republican Party hasn't had this much power since 1928, right? With the
Is that
the
what they're
House, the
saying?
Senate. Yes, Zeus. It's statistically shown they haven't had this much power since 1928. And Zeus, we know what happened in 1929.
A depression like we've never seen before. Now we got Warren Jenkins, Santana. Let's see what this knucklehead, this knuckle dragger, got to say to us. Warren, you're in my chat. You're being disruptive. You're out of order. What's going on?
How am I being disruptive?
Disruptive.
How is that? By not agreeing with you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
need you to teach us a thing. Now you seem to think we're wrong. What do you think we're wrong about, Mister?
Everything you're spewing out there.
Give me one thing, and we'll help you get to the right side of that real quick. All right, it won't take long. We're an expert at
about
this.
Social Security, Medicaid, everything you're saying they're going to cut. You guys been saying that about Republicans for years.
Okay. So you think we're lying?
I know you're lying.
So you believe there's people that are 300 years old collecting Social Security checks, huh?
I never said that. What are you talking about?
Well, Donald Trump says that. So who's lying, Trump or us?
I'm sure they got the information out of computer and they're going to come up with the information. I'm sure there's a glitch.
I've already destroyed you. I've just annihilated you, Santana. Anything you want to get off of this with this knucklehead? He's not listening. He makes excuses for Donald Trump still.
I didn't make excuses for Trump. What are you talking about?
Well, you didn't say anything about Trump lying to the American people, saying there's people 300 years old collecting millions of dollars off of Social Security.
He says there's somebody that are 300 years old on the computer. He didn't say they were collecting. He said he was going to get to the bottom of it.
Okay. So you're just going to get up here and make. No.
Yes,
Santana, please crush this demon real quick, Santana. He doesn't know a thing.
Yeah, no, listen, Warren.
Zeus can't crush me, so send somebody else.
I just crushed you. You're speaking it nonsense. That's how I know I crushed you when you start saying nonsense. Sorry, Santana.
Google Trump.
You're good.
I had to mute him.
Warren, question for you. You said that basically people have been spewing nonsense about multiple cuts for a long time.
Right.
Do you know what's in the proposed House budget? Or I'm sorry, it's not even in the House. It's already been passed through the budget. The cuts that are in the budget that's been passed through the House, the 2025 through 2025 to 2034 budget.
Warren, please hit unmute. Santana is trying to get you some information, and we would like to know what's going on up there.
Somebody muted me because they're getting destroyed. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know what's in the actual budget?
I don't know exactly everything in a budget, but I know what I heard every Republican says they are not cutting Social Security, they're not cutting Medicaid.
I hear you.
They wouldn't get voted in the midterms if they did.
Warren, question for you. I hear what you heard. What have you actually looked up and researched?
What do you mean? What have I looked up?
What have you verified for yourself, my friend?
I seen the budget resolution where Democrats voted against tax on tips and tax on Social Security.
Hey, my friend, listen. So that's misinformation. That wasn't there, and that's why I asked, what have you actually looked up and verified? Now, so first and foremost, that was a meme that was put out on the internet, out on Twitter, and they said, "Oh, Democrats." That wasn't in there. It wasn't in there.
You're wrong.
That has not been proposed. Now, what I will ask Warren is, if you take a look at the budget, there are no specific cuts for Medicaid in the budget. You're absolutely right. There's nothing in the proposed budget that says, "Oh, we're going to cut Medicaid," right? And so when all the Republicans says, "Oh, we would never vote to cut Medicaid," you're right. They're not going to have to. But you do know what there's a proposed cut to? the actual department that houses Medicaid, right? Their budget is about $1 trillion, and they're proposing to cut $880 billion from that $100 trillion budget. So, Warren, I guess the question that I'll ask you is, how can you cut the budget for Medicaid? I'm sorry, cut the budget for the department for Medicaid by $880 billion without cutting Medicaid?
They will not cut Medicaid. They are all
No,
telling
Warren,
you.
Warren. No, that's not the question, my friend.
Here we go.
Warren, if there's
So
a
all these
Warren, just
Democrats are
listen,
gonna
Warren,
win the
just Warren,
midterm.
just Warren, listen for just 1 second, my friend. I promise you, I'm getting there. If the budget that Medicaid is in is $1 trillion, and it's deemed that that budget has to be cut by $880 billion, how do you cut $880 billion out of that budget without cutting Medicaid?
They're not cutting it from that. They're cutting it from general sources, not just the Medicaid. You're spewing lies.
Okay, cool. No,
Republicans
Warren,
will
okay,
never
cool.
win a
Hold on.
midterm. Their
Warren,
constituents
all
won't
right,
allow
I hear
that.
you. Okay.
You're lying.
So you're
lying
saying,
to everybody.
Warren, no, Warren.
Jenkins.
So
You're
they're
straight
gonna
up
cut.
lying.
They're gonna. Warren, you're
Jenkins,
saying
this is how I know you're getting crushed.
Yeah, you're saying that they're gonna cut it from the
Calling you a
general
liar
budget.
because you're
So
lying.
Yeah.
wait, so Warren, you're saying there's $880 billion in a $1 trillion budget that's general expenses. Does that
They're not.
sound like sensible to you? But does that
Where are
make
you getting
sense
this
when you say it,
information
Warren?
from? Not one
It's the
Republican
proposed
has said
budget.
this.
Again, I don't care what Republicans say. I don't care what Democrats say. I care about what they vote. I care about the actual information. And you can see it online. It's online.
You're just straight up lying. I mean,
Okay, cool.
Democrats have done
Jenkins.
nothing for you, and yet you're sitting there saying how good they are. I'm surprised you're not muted me. You're just straight up lying to people.
Jenkins, because I'm one of the fairest TikTok hosts out here. I'm
Way
a
more
Democrat.
I respect you. I'm
Way
going
more
to
fair
say
than me.
something. I do respect you. I listen to you.
Okay,
And
so that
I'm glad
means
you listen to Trump voters, and I appreciate that.
well, thank you. I mean,
But I just don't like you say one side lies. I think both sides, not that they lie, they say something that they can't get past, but they want it to get past, but they're really not lying. And I respect you, Zeus. You're a good person. You got a good heart. Nothing against you.
Well, I appreciate that, but when it comes down to it, it doesn't, like Santana is saying, it doesn't matter what side you're on. I mean, I think we should all be able to process facts, right? And this is the issue. Right? Santana is giving you facts. He's basically saying to you, the cuts got to come from somewhere. And the biggest thing in there, the elephant in the room, is Medicaid. So how are you going to... What was that?
Zeus, I love you, but I'm telling you what Mike Johnson said. They interviewed Mike Johnson. You look at all Mike Johnson's last 3 interviews. He said Medicaid will not be touched. Social Security will not be touched. That's a narrative that they've been saying
But
the Democrats to win elections.
Warren, again, just think about it for half a second. Just think about it for half. Okay, think of it like this, Warren. Think of it like this. You have a basket. You have a basket of 5 apples and 4 bananas, right? And I tell you that you need to get rid of 8 pieces of fruit out of that basket, right? So can I say, if you have a basket with five apples, 4 bananas, and I tell you to get rid of 8 pieces of fruit, can you actually get rid of 8 pieces of fruit without throwing out any bananas?
Yep, I understand.
I mean, but can you? Yes or no?
That's not a good analogy because they're not touching the Medicaid budget. You're saying that, but that's not true.
So if the budget is, again, if the budget is $1 trillion and there's 880 billion that's being required to cut, and the amount for Medicaid is roughly around that, how do you not cut Medicaid if Medicaid makes up most of the budget?
Mike Johnson's exact words is they're cutting other use of the fraud. They're not touching Medicaid.
So listen, here we are. We're at judgment. Zeus is.
Let me give him one last thing real quick.
All right, let's get it going.
Whenever you get a second, Warren, just look up. It's right here. It's CR H818-823. That's the bill.
Well,
That's
can I
the
ask you
bill.
a serious question? And I respect you guys. How come Trump didn't cut it in this first term? He won't cut it. But why do you say he's going to do something? You're just guessing. He's not.
We're
So
not,
if he
we're not
doesn't cut it,
guessing.
what are you
It's
going to say?
already
You're going to
passed
have
the
a
House.
podcast saying that.
Okay.
we're
So
wrong?
Jenkins, we're going to answer this. It's a such thing called deductive reasoning. And what we're seeing right now is you're not able to deduce from the evidence that's already given the outcomes. And we get what Mike Johnson said because we all, like Santana pointed out earlier, we consume content too. We know what Mike Johnson is saying. And the information that he's saying doesn't align with the facts. What is that, Santana?
This is the actual budget, right? This is, you can find this on Congress.gov. Warren, this is the budget. It's already been agreed to in the House. Mike Johnson doesn't have anything else to do with it now. It's already been agreed on.
So can I
It's
ask you guys?
already passed through.
Can I ask you guys a serious question?
That was well. Listen, we one more question, and I got to wrap this up, buddy.
All
What
right.
else you got? Do you understand that
So
you
if
might
they
not
cut
need
Medicare, like you're saying,
Uh-huh.
come midterms, do you honestly believe they would do something like that and no Republican would ever get voted in? They would
Yes.
lose. It
And-
just
and-
doesn't make any
and you
sense.
want- and you
That's
wanna
like
know
saying
how
Trump's
I
gonna
know?
Open up the border.
You want to
Why
know
not
how
say
we
he's gonna
know?
open up the border?
You want to know how we know? Because
So
the
they wanna
town
lose
hall
elections now.
No, there's town halls happening in very red areas of the country, and you're trying to say it's Democrats paying Trump supporters or paying people to go there. It's not.
You're
not
wrong,
saying
Zeus.
that. I never said
You're
that.
wrong, Zeus. You're wrong. There's
I
not
just think
town
it's
halls happening
misinformation.
anymore because now the Republican Party has told all of them to stop them.
W. Santana.
They
But
said stop those town halls.
Warren, I would advise you to listen to the
I respect
constituents.
you. I respect
Listen to
you.
the
You're a good
constituent.
man.
All right, but listen to the constituents in your area. There's a reason these folks are worked up and upset because the concern is Donald Trump is about to cut your Social Security and Medicaid. That's a real concern. That's why people are already saying,
Well,
"Hey,
can you say he, instead of saying he's gonna, say he could, but he probably won't?
No.
That's the problem. You guys are saying
Okay.
something that hasn't happened yet.
Well, we looked
That's
at the
like saying
budget
Trump
when
was
you
gonna open up the border.
when you
He'll
look at
never
the
do
budget when you look at the budget and you take into context that he's already demonstrated that he has really no care for rules and laws. Then there's a good chance that he might just follow through with what he's already instructing people to do. Because
you
make
know
no
what?
mistake, hey Warren, make no mistake. If it comes down to him and his billionaire friends or you, who do you think he cares about more?
winning elections.
No, but who do you think he
Do you
cares?
think
more
JD Vance
elections
is
to
gonna
win.
not get voted
Donald
in
Trump
if this
doesn't have
happens?
any more elections to win, Warren. Donald Trump doesn't have any more elections to win. None. Why does he care about elections now? He doesn't have any more to win.
The people in the House and Senate won't agree to it then.
The
There's
House
nobody
has
in the House and
already
Senate that
agreed
will
on
allow
it.
what
The
you're
House,
saying to
the
happen because
House
they would
is.
never
I
get
just,
voted in.
Warren,
It don't
I
make any
just,
sense.
Warren, I just showed you that the House agreed on it. It's passed the House.
Warren,
It's
But it's
passed the
not
House.
cutting Medicaid. You're showing different.
Warren, you're in
You're
denial.
not showing what's
You're
the
in
facts
denial,
are
bro,
happening.
and we got to move it along.
All right,
all
if you're
right.
gonna say that.
Yeah, you're in denial,
stop
and so
you
what?
from
What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, judgment has came for Warren. He's in denial, and this is what we mean when we say we crushed you and we destroyed you. Because when the truth starts to show up, you overtalk us, you start getting, freaking out, and it's because the truth is scary. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cast that MAGA demon out of my good friend Warren. He's a nice guy, but with the MAGA demon, he's not so nice. Let's send him straight to hell. Bye, Warren.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Has a nice ring to it. Yes. All right, Santana. Any last words before we wrap this up, brother?
Yeah, I just want to let the chat know what that is. That was a amygdala response.
Yeah.
I always get tongue tied. Amygdala response. It's the fight or flight situation, right?
Yeah.
He was actually showed real information that actually pushed back on what he believes, and he couldn't accept it, even though it's actual information. Like logically, he has to understand that, like it's here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't correlate with what he heard, what he feels, and so
Mhm.
it's a fight or flight situation where he immediately pushes back on it. But I don't know, Zeus. I mean, honestly, I don't even know what to say at this point. So
Me either, but you know what? Outstanding job again, ladies and gentlemen. W. Santana in the chat. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get him out of here. Oh my God, so sorry I didn't get to each and every single one of you. All right, because there's a lot of people that send me guest requests every single day, and it's not that I don't want to bring you up or I don't love you. It's just I got to get up out of here. All right, and you know how the show goes, but don't worry, keep on coming back. Eventually, we'll get you in and get you worked out. All right, I want to give a special round of applause to all of my subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. You all do a great job, seriously. Even those on the opposite side helping to make this show, I would argue, one of the most educational, entertaining, and engaging shows on TikTok. You deserve it. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and you know exactly who this goes out to. This goes out to all the people out there. I call them the Zeus haters, and you know exactly who they are. They get out here and they try to pretend that they're somehow victims of what's happening on TikTok. They're victims in the real world, even though they claim they won the election fair and square. These people are victims, even though they assaulted our Capitol on January 6th and they got prosecuted because they were actually committing crime. They still somehow managed to portray themselves as victims. They say, oh, we're trying to protect the kids. And we're going to put Donald Trump in the White House to help us. And then Donald Trump brings the Tate brothers back. These people are a bunch of liars, a bunch of hypocrites, and they are prime candidates for hell. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them straight to hell one more time. Get them out of here.
Silence, you MAGA.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. We're out of here. Have a great rest of your morning. Let's go. Time to connect the dots, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Brother Al Green and the Democrats yesterday. All right, we taught the American people what they should be doing when the President of the United States is spewing misinformation and lies. All right, thank you, everyone. W's in the chat for Little Hawk. Let's go, let's go. You gotta be able to connect those dots and keep it. Drop it like it's hot. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit it. Cold as the days. How are you doing? W. Al Green in the chat. Nadine, seriously. Let's connect the dots. Cutie. Hey, good show. Thank you. We didn't go too far off the rails, right? We did a good job. Let's go. What is this thing? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I don't know why that thing keeps popping up on my screen. Should we do the drill, baby drill, ladies and gentlemen? It's time to drill, baby drill. Greg, where are you at? Reggie, where are you at? All right. They say drill, baby, drill. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, yes. W. And are you going live, and? Did you know what we gotta do? We gotta drill this baby. Drill, you know what we do. Okay, let's go. We're gonna do some drill, baby drill, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Hey, PA, nice to see ya. Alrighty then. Alright, we're doing the drill, baby drill. Let's go. You know where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hit them with it. We got to get to the drill, baby drill, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Where are we at already?
Kamala Harris's war on Pennsylvania energy, because she's going to ban. She's a radical, and we will fight frack, frack,
and drill, baby, drill. How many of y'all ready to get started?
Yeah, drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be, for these guys, we're gonna drill. We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes.
Let's get ready. Look at how big that drill is.
Insane asylums.
That's a big drill.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack, frack. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack, frack.
Hey. Put your hands up. You know she's gonna bang it. Hey. Once again, stacking against all the stuff and then all the stuff. Yeah. W, come here. Hit him with it. She said, I like fracking very much. Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical left one. She can't help it. And we're gonna end that. Hey, and we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be. Where my thugs at? Guys, we're gonna drill. We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes deep. Insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack, frack, drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Hey, you gotta be able to do it. All right, seriously. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you're gonna drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Insane asylums.
Oh.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. They say, why would you mention
Hannibal Lecter? What are we gonna do?
We're gonna lower your taxes.
That part.
Deep insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late great
Hannibal.
Drill, 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 baby, drill, gonna frack, frack.
Hey,
drill, baby, drill,
down low, baby, go.
Drill, baby, drill, lower your taxes.
Deep insane asylums, you know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, drill, hit 'em with it. Hey, hit that drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums, you know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Hey, how much do you owe? How much you owe on that house? How much debt you got? Oh, $5 million. Don't worry, baby, we'll take care of that. We're gonna pay off that debt. Oh, you got property taxes too? Oh, how much you owe? 600,000. Don't worry, we'll take good care of that. All right, we'll pay off your taxes, baby. All right. Cause guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna drill, baby. Drill, all right, because guess what? We got so much liquid gold underneath our feet, and all we got to do is drill, baby, drill, and frack, frack, frack. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. We are out of here.